Hello, friends.
He's the gay advice fairy.
Let's get right into it. Dear Gay Advice Fairy, I have a neighbor who is driving me absolutely crazy. She has this delusional idea that we are much closer than we actually are, and she is constantly trying to involve herself with my plans. I've tried the fade-out technique, but she just doesn't get the hint, and instead asks, "Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong?" How can I make it clear that I don't want her involved in my personal life without making it awkward when I run into her in the neighborhood? Sincerely, Fed Up. Well, Fed Up. Unfortunately, the only way to be 100% clear is to just come right out and say it. Now, that's not very polite, and I don't recommend doing that, because that would make it awkward. Here are some other techniques you can try aside from the fade out. Here's you, and here's your neighbor. Hey you, I couldn't reach you on Facebook. Did you block me? Hey, yeah, no, my Facebook was Googled by Twitters. Oh, okay. You can't do anything with it now. Well, let me know when you get that back up. Hey you, why won't you respond to any of my text messages? Yeah, no, my phone was stolen by monkeys with wings. Well, what's your new number? I don't have a new phone yet. Well, let me know when you get a new one. Do you want to hang out this weekend? Yeah, sure. I'm going to a neo-Nazi seminar. Do you want to come with? You're doing what? We have cookies. I gotta go. How are you doing today? Just been thinking a lot about the Civil War and the causes leading up to it, you know? How an agrarian economy in the South was really just not a good idea, and they could not compete without slaves, which is what drove the whole slavery debate, which is what ended up causing a schism in the country, which is what ended up causing the defection of this. Ultimately, though, she may persist and these techniques may not work. You have to be prepared for the eventuality that she might stick around, and if you don't want that to happen, you're going to have to be direct, awkward or not. You need to weigh your options. What's worse, feeling a bit awkward when you run into her, or having her constantly in your life? Hope that helped. Now it's time for Comment Closet. Welcome to the Comment Closet, where I respond to all your lovely messages and comments. On Friday, I made you all a Draw My Life video, and Donna had this to say about it. You are awesome, way to put yourself out there, and I love the channel idea. Thank you. Making that video was honestly very triggering. There are some things there that I hadn't really thought about for quite some time, and I almost couldn't finish, but I pushed through because I figure if I'm going to ask you all to put yourselves on the line for me, why shouldn't I do the same for you? Mickey had this question. What's a mo? I use mo as short for homo, which is short for homosexuals. It's part of a superhero persona I've kind of created along with the Gay Advice Fairy. When I started the channel, I couldn't decide between the two, so I decided to adopt both. Hope that answers your question. Now it's time for the awesome and awkward moment of the week. What began as a peaceful protest in Istanbul this week to save Gezi Park turned into a violent confrontation with police. The best sources I could find were this article and this video by a Turkish student, which explains some of the driving forces behind these protests. The protests have also given us several really dramatic images, including this one, of protesters crossing the Bosporus Bridge the day after the violence broke out. The general consensus seems to be that the police are continuing a history of violence against the people of Turkey. Awkward, but ultimately awful, because I think I need to change the name of this segment. This week also marks the beginning of Pride Month in the United States and in many countries across the world. It's celebrated in June to remember the protesters of the Stonewall riots, which along with several other protests is considered the beginning of the modern LGBT rights movement, and was first celebrated in New York City in 1970 on the first anniversary of the Stonewall riots. Be sure to check out what events are happening near you. It's bound to be lots of fun. There are usually parades and festivals and all kinds of other great things. Awesome. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching.
I'm the Gay Advice Fairy, otherwise known as the Mo in the Mask.
If you need advice, please hit me up on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, or Google+. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday, so please be sure to subscribe for great advice and other things nice. I'll see you on Friday.